Hello traders, welcome to ChrisFX. Today I'm going to be reviewing a strategy from this gentleman that you see on your screen right now. The channel's name is Phantom, and of course I will be leaving a link down in the description to his YouTube channel and also to the original video. I came across this beautiful strategy and I'm gonna be using it to try to pass a separate account only by using this strategy, and I'm going to be updating you on this journey. First and foremost, for this strategy we are going to be using Euro US dollar and British pound US dollar, and you can have this layout on your TradingView platform just by going on the top right of your screen, select layout, and you can choose either this layout or this layout right here, whichever one suits you best. Secondly, go on the bottom right of your screen, click on the time zone and choose UTC -4 New York time. Step number 3, go to the indicators tab, click on it and then choose sessions, and I want you to place these sessions on chart by AUROX AIF. Then go to the sessions, click on the settings right here and copy exactly what I'm having right here. So we need to have the Tokyo session from 8 p.m. until 3 a.m. Then we need to have the London session from 3 a.m. to 8 a.m. and then the New York session from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Tick those three right here, leave the Sydney unticked and then click OK. These are the exact rules that Phantom gives in his YouTube video and we are just following his rules. Now quickly how this strategy works, and let me go ahead and zoom out a little bit and I'm gonna be showing you how this strategy works. First we are gonna be doing a graphical representation of it, and then we're gonna be moving forward with our live examples. So let's go ahead and coordinate both of those, and let's suppose that price is moving exactly like that. What you're gonna be doing when price makes it exactly to this area, and let's say that GBP USD was doing something like that, you're gonna be identifying your highest and lowest points, and the highest and lowest points for this session are these points exactly right here. So let's say that we have highlighted the highest and lowest points. Now what we're waiting for is a break of the highest or the lowest point, but everything happens, guys, on the 5-minute time frame. Okay, 5-minute time frame is very important, and what we're going to be waiting again is a break either of the high or the low. And now I'm gonna go through some details that probably Phantom is not very explicit on the YouTube video, or you have to watch it more carefully in order to understand those rules. So let's say that one of them swept liquidity but the other one is just moving inside this area. We are gonna be trading the one which swept liquidity. Now if both sweep liquidity, we're either gonna be trading the weakest for a sell or the strongest for a buy. This means that if one of the two just sweeps a little bit of liquidity and then changes character, but the other one goes a lot above and then changes character, we're gonna be using the one which swept liquidity a little bit. This is, let's say, the weakest one. And on the other hand, if we have a break below a low first, we are gonna be using the strongest one. This means that if we change character here on Euro US dollar, but on GBP USD we just do a little bit of that and then change character, we will be using GBP USD because it is the one which didn't, let's say, sweep a lot of liquidity. And you're gonna ask, is that a good thing? Yes, because it shows that the pair is strong. It wants to move quickly towards the upside, let's say, for you to understand it. The one, let's say, which sweeps the less liquidity is the one which we are gonna be using. Now what you want to see is a market structure shift on the 5-minute time frame, and we will explain on the real charts what a market structure shift is in this occasion, okay, and how you're gonna be using it on the 5-minute time frame. And you will be entering a trade exactly right here, stop loss right below this area, and you will be targeting a 2-to-1 reward to risk according to Phantom's rules. Now further rules before I move to the real examples, where I'm gonna also show you how to identify structure in this occasion on the 5-minute time frame. And by the way, Phantom used this strategy in order to get funded with a 200k account. So if you're wondering, it is a strategy that absolutely works, and he's showing proof on his YouTube channel. The further rules are those ones. You can just check them out. Trading Euro US dollar GBP USD, if both sweep liquidity, play the stronger pair, the one that we have explained for longs, and the weaker pair for shorts. 5-minute break of structure for entry, 2 RR, take profit, and no trade days are those days which will have 8:30 red folder news for US dollar when Mr. Powell is speaking, FOMC and bank holiday for US dollar specifically, and if there are clustered red folder news throughout the day for Euro, GBP and for US dollar. And the reason he has put those rules together for the news is because the most losing days will appear when you are trading those days right here. So he did eliminate those ones and he did very good. And then guys, what we will be doing, furthermore, let's say that now price is moving like that, you will be doing the exact same thing, highest point, lowest point, and in this zone, whichever one gets broken and gives you a change of character, and the one which sweeps the less liquidity, let's say the weakest or the strongest, this is the one that we're gonna be using. And now I'm gonna go normally and I'm gonna be showing you what a proper break of structure is with this strategy, so do not get confused the way Phantom is showing it. First of all, I need to go to the 5-minute time frame as we have talked about, and I'm gonna start with today's day, which was a losing trade. Okay, let's suppose now that we were exactly right here, we have swept liquidity and we did the same on GBP USD, exactly right here, but exactly right here. Let's go back to the exact same spot, let's say. Okay, and I will be moving forward so that we are exactly at the same point. So now we are exactly at the same point. I need one more candlestick. Okay, there we go. We are on the 5-minute time frame. Where is the previous high in this occasion? In this occasion on GBP USD, which we would prefer to trade in this occasion. Why? Because here you can see it swept less liquidity, which means it is stronger, but we need to wait for a break of a body of a 5-minute candlestick above this high. This hasn't happened, but here on Euro US dollar, this is gonna be a high as well. Do not get confused now. So a high point of the 5-minute time frame, which is higher than the candlestick on its left and higher than the one on its right, it is gonna be considered a high. This is how I'm also identifying highs and lows for my indices strategy, and we are using this strategy with 70 to 80% winning percentage, sometimes even more on my trading signals. If you want to join them, go ahead and click on the link that I have down in the description. So this is not gonna be our high right here, rather it will be the candlestick, which is high is gonna be higher than the candlestick's high on the left and than the candlestick's high on the right, and the opposite is gonna go for the low. As an example, this would be a proper low. I'm just saying because this low is lower than this and lower than this. Okay, so now we're waiting for a body to break above this area. Those are the points that might not be totally clear in Phantom's video, not because he's not explaining it correctly, but of course it is his own, let's say, strategy, so I'm just showing you his strategy right here. Maybe he hasn't gone into detail about that. So let's move forward. Now, this is very important as well. You wouldn't be going and saying, the new high in this occasion is here. I would be doing that in the indices strategy. The way Phantom is doing that, he will be using the lowest in this occasion point, the lowest point, and he will still be waiting for a body of a candlestick to break this high. This is how I understood the strategy from him, and there you go. Here we have a full body break, so your trade would go exactly right here, stop loss at the low, and then you would be targeting a 2-to-1 reward to risk for every single trade. And this is how this trade played out. This was today's trade and it was a losing trade, but of course it doesn't matter at all. And now we're gonna be zooming out and I'm gonna be showing you further examples just for you to understand how highs and lows work, and you can go ahead and do your own backtesting, but this gentleman, as I told you, has passed a prop firm challenge by using this beautiful strategy. Yesterday we didn't have any news either, so we can go ahead and go to our replay, and I'm gonna show you just 1 or 2 more examples, and then you can do the backtesting on your own. Okay, here we are. We have both of our pairs. I'm gonna be deleting that. And this is, okay, the first place where we are gonna be identifying liquidity. And here we can see already we would be going and identifying the highest point, which would be this one, and the lowest point, which would be this one right here. And then we would be doing the same on GBP USD, and the highest point here was this one. The liquidity of this one was swept already, and the lowest point, as I see it, is this one right here. Here we did sweep liquidity. Hopefully we are at the exact same spot. Let me move 2 candlesticks further. There you go. I think we are exactly at the same spot right here, and I will be doing that as well. Now, in order for us to change character on GBP USD, it would be this point right here on the 5-minute time frame, and we would need to break with a body. Now, we just broke above this area. The new low would be exactly this one right here, and I will be moving on both of those together. We don't know which one is gonna give the best, let's say, scenario. So here we see we're at the exact same spot. I will be moving forward 3 candlesticks, 1, 2, 3, and I will be doing the same here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I just moved a little bit quicker. What did we say about this strategy? This is the only point that I think people might not understand from Phantom's explanation, even though he's doing a great job. Some people are just beginners. What did we say? A proper low is the one which is lower than the candlestick on its right and lower than the one on its left. So now a proper low in this occasion is also this low right here. Okay. Because here was the previous one, and here is the proper low, let's say, by the textbook, but we will be identifying those lows as well. Every single new low that will be formed where the candlestick on its right is going to have a higher low and the one on the left a higher low as well, and the opposite for the buy scenarios, we will be identifying this one as a low. So the trade would go here with the market execution, stop loss right above, and targets a full 2-to-1 reward to risk. Here is a proper 2-to-1 reward to risk. Okay, this is the one that happened first, so this is the one that we're gonna be using. There you go. Exactly, we just tapped it exactly, and then price reversed to us, but it is very important that you will be understanding which is a proper, let's say, low and a proper high. So now if we keep moving forward for the next session, I think the next session was a loss, but what I'm gonna be doing, look at that, give me a moment, I'm just gonna show you the next session as well. And let's just go a little bit like that. And now we will be identifying the new highs and the new lows, and we're gonna be waiting for them to be broken. And I will tell you also one little secret, let's call it. It's not exactly a secret, but the way that I'm also doing this thing, the way that you can trade it if you want to minimize risk, but of course it will take you longer to pass challenges and all that stuff. So let's move at the exact same spot. We are at the exact same spot, and let's look how 1, 2, 3 candlesticks right here, and this is mistaken, 1, 2, 3 candlesticks right here as well. The high remains this one right here. Okay, we don't have anything yet, 3, 4, 5, and the one that broke first was low, so we will be considering GBP USD. And here, guys, what can we see? The lowest high now is this high right here. Look, this is another high. So a trade would go exactly right here with a stop loss below this area and a take profit of a 2-to-1. Okay, let's see how this played out, and I will talk to you about the little trick as well. And this didn't play out. As you see, this was a losing trade. Okay, now one thing that you can do if you want to minimize risk, but it will not be the optimal thing probably. It is optimal if you want to have a steadier curve, let's say, on your account. when price goes to 1-to-1 RR, you can just close 50% of the position but do not move any stop losses, and for the rest go for a 2-to-1 RR. And this will give you a total of 1.5-to-1 RR if both targets are being hit. This will have just the benefit that your curve, let's say your equity curve, will look way better instead of having, let's say, bumps like that. Okay, you will have a steadier curve, something like that. Okay, don't know if it is the optimal thing to do for the long term. In the long term, I think not, but it is good for your equity curve and in order to have you experiencing less drawdowns. So this is Phantom's strategy. I really love it, to the point that I'm gonna be trying it on a 100k account. And now I have a funded account of 50k and I'm taking this challenge on a 100k account with Phantom's strategy on Forex, and I have yet another challenge of 100k which I'm taking with my own trading strategies in the Signals trading group, and I'm just showing everything live for all the members to see and for them to take the trades with me if they please. So feel free to check it out as well, and definitely go ahead and check out Phantom's channel by clicking on the link that I have left down in the description. This is gonna do it for today, traders, and thank you all for watching. Until next time.